What's up everyone? Today we're playing some 5-color creativity with Persist and Bitter Reunion. This version gets rid of some removal spells like Prismatic Ending and some card draw like Expressive Iteration and replaces them with 3 Persist and 3 Bitter Reunion. So this version has an additional way of attacking with Archon of Cruelty, so we can bin Archon with Bitter Reunion and Persist it back. So opponents have to worry about our graveyard and they have to worry about creativity. So other than this package here, we're playing a pretty common 5-color list. We have our Spell Pierces and Bolts, Wrenn Six, obviously amazing. Only 2 Teferi, sometimes you'll see 3, sometimes you'll see 4. Leyline Binding, best removal, and then we have our Archons and Creativity. One important thing to note is we're not running Boseiju at all in this deck. Sometimes you'll see it one main, one side, or just one in the side. I think that's a mistake, but we're going to try and see if that works. In the sideboard, we have 2 Hallowed Moonlight. That's for the mirrors, for Rhinos, Living End, anything that enters that isn't cast. We have Elish Norn. This is amazing if you're suspecting Orvar. It can come in, it makes it so that it doesn't do anything, and it can double our Archon triggers. It's also good against elementals in some specific decks. We have March. It's a very flexible removal card. Can get rid of amulets, 1-mana creatures pretty easily. Change the equation. This hits anything from Yawgmoth, blue cards, red cards, very cheap cards. It's a very flexible card. Easy to pay for a counterspell. Pretty good in this deck. We have 2 Wear Tear. This hits any artifacts, enchantments, sagas. Pretty amazing. 1 Teferi Time Raveler to bring in against control matchups. 3 Veil of Summer. This helps against opposing Archons, any hand disruption, counterspells. We have 1 Emrakul. This is just another creativity target, but it also helps against mill. And then we have a Plains. This just comes in against Blood Moon deck, so like Scam. So that's just a quick overview of the deck. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get in the gameplay. All right, match 1, we are on the play. Let's check this out. All right, this hand has a this hand has lands. It has Wrenn, but it has a lot of top end that we don't really. I think we'll keep this on the blind because we have a turn 1, turn 2 Wrenn, and Leyline Binding protection. It's not terrible, but it's nothing exciting. But we'll play Scuttling Turn and Pass. Running Catacombs, looking like a Thoughtseize. Oh, Forest. Oh, Birds. Okay, so this is Yawg. This will be easy kill Birds. We'll get Jetmir's Garden here. And then we're just going to, we don't need more lands, but play Mesa. Go get Steam Vents here. Shock it in. Play Wrenn, ping Bird. It's probably like the best turn 1, turn 2 play against Yawg. But then they have the Geist. That's awkward. All right, they kill are pretty good for them. Bitter Reunion. Okay, it's pretty good. We get to discard Archon here. Hopefully draw a Persist at some point. We draw another Wrenn. Don't think we want to bolt this. So we can either play Sacred Foundry tapped and not hold up Bolt. I think we can do that. I think that's fine. Because they can't play anything like too relevant here. They play another Blooming Marsh. Grist. Okay. So they're going to take up with Grist. Sure. So we can always Leyline Binding this if we want. Get hit for 2. Let's see, another Wrenn. So we can actually play Dwarven Mine, Bolt, Grist, down tick. Kind of like that. Play Dwarven Mine here. Because then we can block. I want to save Leyline Binding for like a Yawg or something like that. And we can't, unfortunately, Leyline Binding still costs 2 mana, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just bolt this, ping that, and pass. So we tap this, make kind of look like we have Spell Pierce up, if it's relevant. There's a Noble. Evolution, go get Yawg. Okay, so now they can just kill the Dwarf token and kill Wrenn Six. But we have Binding for Yawgmoth. We need to draw like some action here. Oh, interesting. All right, this is an easy block. I'm surprised they didn't try to kill the, I think they could have done that, right? Creativity. So let's Binding. I don't think there's a pointed down tick. There could be a pointed down tick Noble for Cord. We can't do any, well, I was gonna say if we could Binding Yawg and then Creativity, that might be something. I don't think we can do that too, because if we uptick, go get a black source here. I'm just trying to think if we want to get a fetch land for another Dwarven Mine for creativity fodder. We could down tick on Hierarch, Binding Yawgmoth. It's not like they need the mana, but they have the Cord mana. I feel like they would have sacked a creature, I think, to kill Wrenn. I don't know actually. But if we go down tick on Noble, they're just gonna exile it anyway. So let's do this first. We'll Binding Yawgmoth too, because if they want to sack anything, they have to do it in response. Still think we ping this. Just play a land and pass. It's tough. I mean, we could leave the Noble alive. It creates mana and it's Cord. So like this will kill this. We'll get hit for 3. We don't know what's in their hand if they have another Yawgmoth or not. But it's hard to creativity. You could argue setting up creativity for next turn, but just like 1. Oh, they're just going for face. That's scary. And then just pass with Cord mana open, I guess. Spell Pierce. Okay. Guess because we have a Bitter Reunion, I think we can Dwarven Mine, creativity, and hold up. So creativity X equals 1 here. Oh, they're gonna, no, wow, okay. That's a blowout. Was not playing around Boseiju, but I guess, okay. Well, I guess we'll get the other Dwarven Mine to make another blocker. Damn. Yeah, I wasn't playing around the Boseiju. All right, they're gonna sack in response. Undying. So they sack their insect. We're gonna make another chump blocker. That's fizzled. And yeah, that's it. They only run like one Boseiju too, like one, maybe two. So I think it's like, you don't like have to play around that, but I guess it's close to it. We play another land, a wall of roots. Okay. Not looking good for us. And a grist. Oh, wait. We should have pierced that. I skipped through that. Wait, no, we can't pierce that because it's not a, we can't pierce that anyway. They're not like playing any spells. Double Boseiju. All right, so they are running 2 and we're taking 5, going down to 4. Not looking good. Our draws have been pretty, yeah, our draws have not been good. We'll cycle here. Persist. Not that, well, we could get like a black sword. No, we just like flooded and did nothing. Wow, unlucky. All right, so against Yawgmoth here, we have Change the Equations, Hallowed Moonlight, Veil of Summer, and probably March too. March is Exiles. I mean, Spell Pierce isn't the greatest. Bolt's decent. We could probably go down 1/1 here. To Fairies, not really that great here. If we bring in all this, we have 3 more. Bolt's not the greatest. Bolt's good for like mana dorks, but I feel like with Wrenn, we're pretty good on the play. They're definitely going to be bringing in like Thoughtseize and stuff like that. So, and we can get Hexproof from Yawgmoth, which is pretty sweet. Probably go down 3 piers. All right, we'll be on the play again. All right, this hand is fine. We have turn 2 Wrenn 6 again. Hallowed Moonlight, Archon for Persist. Hopefully it works out. It's just unfortunate last game that we flooded pretty hard and just... All right, so there's... If we had Veil, it would be pretty sick. So they're probably going to take Wrenn here, I would imagine. Our hand's pretty solid. They kept 7 with Thoughtseize sideboard. All right, they took Wrenn, yep. We're still going to go get Triumphs here, expecting to draw Wrenn or lands. All right. Play Mesa and pass. They play Forest into Wall of Roots, okay. Into Noble High. All right, we'll get Xander's here, I guess. We also didn't bring Plains in, so we could get got by Blood Moon here. So it's like, do we ping Noble or do we get back our 3rd land? I feel like I want to advance my board state, so we're just going to do that. It's tempting to ping the Noble. They play Twilight Mire, because then they can just play a 4-drop here. Is it just Yawg? We can also binding whatever they get here. Is this just Cord? So they can do some, they can draw some cards and stuff like that. We will binding this now though, with that on the stack. So they'd have to sack more things. All right, so they sack their Noble Hierarch to draw another card and another card. Okay. They sack everything. And then if they ever do Boseiju or Leyline Binding, we have Moonlight, another Creativity, play Mesa. It's tempting to, we could Creativity for 1 here, but then if they have like Orvar, we're screwed. They just drew 3 cards too. I don't know if they run Orvar. They might run Phyrexian Vervoker, so I don't even want to like chance it, I guess. And if we play Hella Moonlight and they blow up Yawg, then it's kind of annoying. Because we could tap out, play Fable, and pass. That doesn't seem... I kind of just want to wait with the Moonlight here. It could be wrong. Like, they could just go land Yawgmoth. But next turn, we can go land and kind of hold up interaction, hopefully. They play tap land. Okay. They have 1 mana open, and they pass. I mean, I guess we'll go get Dwarven Mine. Another Leyline Binding. So we can get Arid Mesa, play Arid Mesa. So now we can play Fable, hold up Moonlight, hold up Binding. I don't know if we're playing too conservatively, but because they only have 1 mana open, so I don't know what this could be. It could be like a push or something. I don't know if they bring in pushes. Hopefully it's like not Necromentia. Another Yawg. Okay, so we'll make them, I guess, act or something. We'll binding this one again, I guess. They could have a Boseiju though, which they can easily just Boseiju one of these. I have a feeling they have it. All right, they're just gonna kill Endurance, evoke Endurance. Okay, so they're gonna sack Endurance, put another counter here. They're just drawing more cards. Probably like looking for Boseiju. Another land, Dwarven Mine. It's just like holding that open is just like, I feel like they have something. Change the equation, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard Archon, Archon Creativity. Okay, those were not the best draws. So we have 1, 2, 3. Get back Arid Mesa, we'll uptick. Let's see. So we'll fetch. Trying to think. So I want to hold up 2 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get another Dwarven Mine here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I guess we probably shouldn't have ditched that other Creativity because we were just gonna X equals 1 here. See if we can Moonlight their. I guess they didn't have anything, but it's like they could have Metamorph, they could have Orvar. We're just playing it safe with both of these. I guess they didn't have anything, but is it worth it to bring in Elishnorn? Like maybe. I feel like Elishnorn's better than Archon. And you know what? Because they have Necromentia effects, we probably should be bringing in like different. But if they just name Creativity, they're not going to be just naming Archon, right? But we can persist Elishnorn. Maybe we don't need Emrakul. We can just bring in like. I would love to start with a Veil. All right, we're going to mulligan this hand. It's pretty terrible. This hand is also pretty terrible. We'll go like turn 1, turn 2. This is also pretty bad. We'll keep, I mean, I guess we'll put the Archons on the bottom. You could argue keeping 1 for a persist since we have so many lands. They're on 6. They could easily Thoughtseize us, and then our hand's awful. Kind of unlucky with this hand, but it is what it is. Hoping for not a Thoughtseize. Fable, not the worst. A little slow, but it would be nice to, all right, they do play Grist. I was gonna say, it would be nice if they didn't have this. We could ping this. We are still gonna ping Noble though. We have enough lands to where it doesn't matter. Get Xander's. We'll get a stomach ground here for our green source. Easy down tick on Wrenn and send it back. So they need like hasty guy. All right, they plus on Grist. Maybe they don't have any other lands. That'd be pretty awesome. And they do have the Strangle Root. This was kind of like the first game where we just couldn't. Oh, and they're just going towards me again. Ugh, that's so annoying. Change the equation. So there's a couple things we could get a Sacred Foundry, Binding Grist, and hold up. Change the equation. We only have 2 cards in hand. 2, 3, 4. This could get Jet Mirrors. But then we just lose. The fact that they attacked us means they need another land and they need Yawgmoth. So they have to be stuck on something here. So again, we could either play Fable, play Binding, hold up Change. I feel like if they're attacking us, they have to have better play, you'd think. Or they just have nothing and they're just going all out here. So they kill this. And if we play Sacred Foundry, we take 3 damage. We go to 10, binding this. Then we take 4, go to 6. I'm just gonna ping this. We're gonna ping this, but then we don't have white. So awkward. So because we pinged it, if we just get a mountain and play Fable, I think we'll do this because I'm gonna bank on Fable token getting us there. I don't know. We'll see. There's so many like different draws we could do because they could go land Yawg, which sucks. There's land. Okay, they sack Peat land. That's good for us. They might try and kill. All right, they sack Geist, kill Shaman token, hit us for 4. I'm assuming they're going to attack us. They might just send an insect token at Wrenn just to knock it out. No, both at us. Okay. Interesting. So we draw. Bitter Reunion. Do we want to discard that? I think so. Because we don't have Persist or anything like that. If we did have something, there's Creativity. There's 2 mana here. I guess we'll tick up. I kind of want to hold up Change and Leyline Binding, I guess. Because if we just go Creativity, they sack the insect and then just kill the Archon. I don't think we need to binding this, right? I just don't want to take... I need a white source and I don't want to take 3 damage just to binding that. It's just really awkward. We are going to let them uptick that, I guess. But like, when are we going to get that white source? If we're not, we're going to take 4, go down to 4. And they play another land. I'm hoping they're just like flooded. I would love for them to tap out. They didn't attack. That means they have cord. All right, we're going to get our white source here. We do have changed the equation. All right, they're going to fetch. So what sucks is that they're cording for 7 and this is 6. So that's really awkward. So we assume that they're going to get Yawgmoth here. Okay, they got Yawgmoth. All right, we're shocking this in, I guess. After all of that, now they're going to eat the tokens, draw cards. Yeah, these draws, I don't know. These draws have been weird. All right. It's unfortunate we weren't able to, so they get to draw a lot. 3 cards here. We're at 5. We draw the Veil. Play Dwarven Mine. We'll ping this. Creativity. Archon. They sack that. We have Veil up. We draw another Archon. They ditch a land. And then I guess we pass. So we have Veil to protect against whatever they do. If they try to play a creature, then grist us, which is, I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. They do have the Besagio. Oh man, they always have that, huh? All right, we'll go get Dwarven Mine. Why not? I don't want to, I guess we could have gotten a blue source for change the equation, but I'm just holding up. No. Yeah, there you go. Change the equation for that. I guess it would have been worth it to get the steam vents then, huh? All right, we're going to Veil here so they can't kill our stuff. We draw Wrenn. Nice. Now, match 2, we're on the play. So this is a 2-lander, but we do have a Wrenn 6 and a fetch land, so I think we're going to keep. This hand's really weak to discard. However, I think it's still worth it. Balagid Recovery. So we're up against either Belcher, most likely Belcher. We don't really have anything right now. We have like Spell Pierces and stuff, but we could die pretty easily. Like this start is a good start for like generally, but against this matchup, they don't really care about what we're doing right now. Oh, it's the new Lotus list. Okay. So now they're going to play tap land next turn. They're going to play Lotus. Hopefully we're not dead by then. They could just win next turn because they're going to play, they have 1 Lotus field in the deck. So they play Abundant Harvest. Teferi doesn't do anything. Yeah, Teferi doesn't really stop them. We just have to play stuff out and just go for things. And our life total doesn't matter either. So we're just going to catch all our stuff. They're not going to care. Uptick. Fortunately, they don't have blue mana. Now they have blue mana. Right, there's the Lotus. So we could be dead. They play Vizier, Cycle Vizier, Dream's Grip again, Belcher, and we just lose. Yeah, we didn't have any interaction. So the only interaction we have is Spell Pierce. But since we didn't know what we were on, what we were up against, we didn't bring that in. This matchup is pretty tough. We don't really have anything. We have like artifact destruction, but that's about it. We just gotta hope that they brick. Like lightning bolt is useless. Most of our deck's pretty useless against what they're trying to do. We'll bring in wear tears, a march, just to hit if they have to like hard cast a belcher, but that's probably not gonna happen. And I guess we'll bring in one veil. We don't really have, we have like nothing for this matchup. It's thanks to our hand was really good for what it was. All right, we'll keep this. We have a Pierce. That's pretty much all we're like relying on. So I'll play out Bloodstained Mire and pass. But their hand was just like the nuts. So losing to that, it was like, there's no way we're winning that. The Dugo Amulet, am I piercing that? They only run one. Oh, actually, no, they run 4. I guess we'll pierce it. We could, there's like a million things. I don't know how much we care about the amulet, but it could matter. All right, do the Wrenn, which is nice. Again, we're just doing like dirtling. We're gonna play like Fable into, like our hand's amazing, but not against a combo deck. We just need them to stumble. So they play a tap land. Hopefully they don't have Lotus. We draw a brick. We will play out Fable though and try to discard Archons for Persist. Get our land, play Fable, get back Bloodstain and pass. We just need our Spell Pierces though. And if they have just natural drawn, all right, if they're doing that, I guess we'll see. We just gotta hope they don't have Abundant Harvest or Lotus naturally. They have the Lotus, I don't know. There's nothing you can do about this. If they get lucky and just draw it naturally. All right, they're cycling all their Viziers. Just gotta hope they don't have anything. I don't know, our best draw would probably be either Bitter Reunion, Spell Pierce, probably Bitter Reunion or Spell Pierce, but I don't know if we're gonna get another turn. Okay, they're casting Solemnity Vision, that's good for us. We can also Creativity their Belcher if they ever hard cast a Belcher. Oh, they pass, and we draw our, oh my god, draw our 3rd Archon. I mean, like this is like an impossible matchup enough, but just drawing 3 Archons is insane. Oh, we drew the Spell Pierce, which is pretty sweet. I don't know if we're gonna get another turn. I mean, we have the Pierce at least. So let's cast Persist first. See, maybe we can draw something. Make them discard, which is kind of a big deal. A land. Maybe they're flooded. Guess we'll attack. It doesn't really matter what order we do this in right now because they're just F6. All right, we get in, make a treasure. A plus, get Black Bloodstained Mire, and we'll just pass. So they have to kill us here. We have 1 Spell Pierce. All right, they play a land, triggers Amulet. We really want to hit something. What could they have for, they could have Underworld Breach. I'm gonna let them wish. Hopefully that's not a mistake. All right, they do have Breach. That's what we assumed they were gonna get. Do they have the Pact? They don't, okay. Whew. Okay, so that's how we win. We have to get super, super lucky. I mean, I guess we just run it back. I thought we were dead. They had like a really good start. All right, this hand's not good enough. It doesn't have green for Wrenn Six and it doesn't have interaction, so we're gonna mull. This hand has Wrenn Six. We can put back, well, I'd probably put back a land. We have Bitter Reunion and Archon, but we don't have any Spell Pierce. Do we go to 5? This is like a solid 6, but against this deck we need, all right, it's the same hand, but we can't go to 4. We'll, all right, so this is pretty much, this is exactly the same 6, except 1 less land, and they have Abundant Harvest. All right, we'll just play this tapped and pass. Can we get lucky? Tapped Solemnity and pass. Bitter Reunion. I think we're gonna Bitter Reunion now because we have this Mesa. We're Bitter Reunion, pitching Archon, Wear Tear. We draw another Archon. So many dead draws here. The best case scenario is they cast like an Amulet or hard cast Belcher without activation, but they're just gonna go do their thing. So we're gonna have 6 recross. We're like 99% dead now because they got to recross. So this is their deck. They have 1 green source. So basically they set their deck up for next turn and they just win. Because I don't think we can't win next turn. We can Bitter Reunion looking for a Spell Pierce. I think that's about it. But they can just stack their deck so that way they don't lose the Spell Pierce by just casting Twiddle a bunch. And I have a Wrenn on top, so that's just, we're gonna put that on the bottom. We draw a land. All right, we will Bitter Reunion again, discarding Archon, drawing more lands. Yeah, we just lose here. This is just like, we mulled the 5 and we just draw nothing but lands and Archons. This hand isn't gonna beat this hand's not gonna beat any deck, let alone this. So they'll cycle, they're just gonna cycle a bunch until they'll have enough mana to play Belcher, cast Belcher, through Spell Pierce. Ideas and Bound. So that lets them draw a bunch of cards. They cast Belcher here. I'll just have 6. So they're gonna just Dream Script a lot so they don't lose the Spell Pierce. That's a tough matchup though. That's like, you have to get super lucky in that matchup. All right, welcome to this is a weird hand. We don't have, we're on the draw. We have Spell Pierce for early interaction. We have Black Mana for Persist. We don't have green for Wrenn though. We don't have white for Binding. So we have no fetch lands. If we knew what we were up against, this would be a lot easier, obviously, because we could keep a sketchy hand like this. I think I'm still gonna keep it. If we draw a fetch land, we're just set, and we run like 10, so it's close. Like this comes in tapped. We don't have, like I said, we don't have green or white. Put them all again to 6, so we'll see. This could just be a terrible keep because we don't have colors that we need. Like this is pretty dead and we don't have these colors. So maybe it's terrible. But again, a fetch land kind of makes up for everything. Ancient Stirrings. So this could either be Hardened Scales or Tron. They lead off with an Ancient Stirrings. Interesting. We do have 11 fetches. There's a Bolt. That's a terrible draw. We'll play this untapped though. Hold up Spell Pierce for like Ancient, for Sylvan Scrying or something. Chromatic Star is fine. They crack it and play Ancient Stirrings. We'll Spell Pierce that. We'd love a fetch land. But now I think we just play this and pass. I'm still going to hold up Spell Pierce. We don't need to get Wrenn Six down this turn. We can get it down next turn. I just really want to hold up Spell Pierce for... All right, they have the Mine. They must have just drawn that. Top deck and like Tron does. Crack Star. Again, looking to Spell Pierce a map, Sylvan Scrying, something, Ancient Stirrings, anything. Gonna get Jetmir's Garden here. Nice creativity. Get back the fetch land, play the fetch land, keep up Spell Pierce again. Just really hoping they don't draw the tower because we know they don't. They just drew the Mine for turn. So they top decked everything. Is this Ugin? We're gonna Spell Pierce this. Hopefully it's not Leveler. That's really unfortunate that that happened though. It's like O-Stone? Okay, we don't care about that. I wonder if they're gonna, they're not gonna pop O-Stone. Totally fine with this. Get Xander's Lounge. Another creativity. Bloodstained Mire. Play it. We could always Leyline Binding this if we really start to care, but we do not right now. So we have Leyline Binding up, Spell Pierce, Bolt. We don't need to like act on anything right now. But they do have all the mana, unfortunately. I wonder if they're gonna like end of turn this. Discard. I'll just discard Blood Crypt. That's 3 mana again. Sylvan Scrying. I would think the power plant and not like a tower or something. I have no idea what's going on. Do we just... They have 8 mana but nothing to do? So this is what's tough too, is I want to Leyline Binding this. I think we have to, right? I mean, if they cast Ulamog, I don't know why they got a power plant. That's what I'm confused about. Because we can Binding the Ulamog after it destroys us. I'm trying to think if we wanted Creativity. Creativity for 1 does nothing. Because I'm thinking about binding this. Force them to crack. Kills Wrenn. We get a dwarf and then we get another dwarf. Okay. I think that should be fine. As long as they don't have Warping Whale. That's what I'm afraid of. All right. We'll force them to pop it and then we can have maybe Spell Pierce up for something. But Warping Whale is just a disaster. Can we play around Warping Whale? I think we have to. They like 1,000,000% have it, right? There's like no reason why they wouldn't. They did not. Wow. I wonder if we're going to lose for playing too safe. Are they just flooding? If we lose for playing too safe, I'm going to be really sad. But if we cast Warping Whale there and I mean, if we went all out and they have Warping Whale, we just get completely blown out. So they have like 1 turn to draw some crazy stuff, but that's not hard. They could easily draw something. They're untapping with 10 mana here. Like they could Ulamog and just crush here. They could O-Stone, I guess, as well. 8 mana. Cityscape Leveler. Yep, that's a thing. I'm just going to pierce this. They're not casting any other non-creature stuff. And if they do, we're not going to be able to... All right. I guess they are just flooded. We would love to draw land so we can creativity for... I mean, I guess we can actually target this. It's actually really funny. So we're going to tap for 5. We get our own token here. So we get 2 more Archons. They have 1 draw step. They had an Ugin in hand. Wow. All right, we draw the Scalding Tarn. So they have 1 turn. The fact that they let off on 4 Stirrings and top decked all 3 Tron lands is, I mean, we're assuming they top decked 2. Maybe they already had 1 in hand and they were looking for the other one. They drew a land. Paying costs. They're going to, and we get to persist 1 if we really wanted to also. So when it attacks, so obviously it's going to attack, kill 1 of these. That's, we don't block. We'll just fetch anyway, but the game's over. We also could have fetched and blocked this if we really cared. Okay, so against Tron, we don't really have a Tron sideboard, unfortunately. We have Wear Tears, March. I guess we have Changes hit some green stuff. It's not the greatest though. I mean, Bolt's not good at all. Bolt's not good at all. So we have these to bring in from Bolt. Teferi's not that great. I mean, Change. I'd rather have Change than Teferi. Veils, whatever. Hallowed, Moonlight. I don't think we need these either. You could argue bring in these if they like Stonebrain us. Maybe we'll bring in Mother and board out like a Fable. Spell Pierce isn't great, but if we can tempo them out. Oof, this hand. This hand has no lands. Opponent kept 7, so that's scary. We'll keep this. We have Bitter Reunion and Archon. We have March for the turn 1 play. This hand's pretty solid. I mean, I guess we'll put back Archon. We don't have the Persist, so it's like a high. Hopefully they play like a okay, Sphere. What sucks is they could still play Scrying. March this. I think that's what we're going to do. Because if it just shuts off Sylvan Scrying, we're assuming they had that if they kept 7. Oh no. Misread this card. Oh god. No. Yeah, I messed up. For some reason I was treating it like ending. Now they're going to crack it for green, go get Scrying, and then I'm just... That's a huge pun. Sorry, guys. Oh, good Stirrings. I mean, that's so embarrassing. Yeah, that's... They play the Tron land. Sure. And nothing else. Oh, that's so sad. All right, we'll play this tap. Now we still don't have a green source. We're all kinds of screwed here. Oh, they don't draw another land. Okay. They kept a 1-lander. What the heck? Are we losing to this? Bitter Reunion. All right. So we're going to Bitter Reunion for sure. Discard Wrenn. Draw Steam Vents. We will play this tapped and pass. So we just got to hope they just don't draw lands. They must have just all huge, like amazing cards in hand. Just no lands, nothing to do with their mana. Let us untap. Oh, they drew the tower? Come on! That's so annoying. They top decked the tower. They kept a 1-lander. Ah, that's so annoying. Now we're drawing kind of well, but now it doesn't matter. All right, we'll cast Bitter Reunion again. Damn Tron players, right? Creativity. Play out Scalding Tarn, and so like if we had a Spell Pierce for this, that would have been great. If they didn't top deck exactly the 2 lands they needed, that would have been great. Let's see if they go upstairs with this. The greediest keep. Nuts. All right, we'll try again. Hopefully they don't get as lucky. I'll be on the play this time. This hand doesn't do anything. It has Wrenn. Wrenn into Fable against Tron is kind of like, I want a Spell Pierce. I want some kind of, all right, this is better. We'll keep this. I guess we'll put back, we have the Persist though. We'll put back Creativity. I think if we're casting it, we're going to cast it like once. What sucks is that like, yeah, we have these tap lands and hopefully we draw into other stuff, but we're not going to modify, we're not going to mod this hand to 5. We'll play the Jet Mirror so that way we can tear if we need to. They kept 7, so we'll see. This hand is pretty lackluster though. Aired Mesa. I think we kill this. Because again, if they have Sylvan Scrying and they're relying on this green source, we played Tron enough times to know how painful that can be. It could be nothing. They could just play another one. Yawgmoth. See? They kept 7 scrying. Okay. We would love like a Bitter Reunion. Probably Wrenn, I guess, at this point. Wrenn. Okay. We know they don't have the 3rd Tron piece at least. We'll get this back. Play Xander's Lounge and pass. We're really going to need some help here though. Would love a Bitter Reunion. Would love Spell Pierce, some interaction. Right now we're just kind of floundering, doing nothing while they're building their land base. There's their mine. See if they have like another scrying or something. Stirring's close. Don't want them to find the power plant. No power plants. Ballista. Okay. Star. Cycle Star probably. Bitter Reunion. Drawing the Archons like pros. We're going to Creativity now because we have Persist and because they're tapped out of Warping Well. Because if they somehow kill an Archon, then we can Persist it back. They pitched a map. Does that mean they drew? If they that means they drew Tron naturally. It's gonna be a sad day. Hopefully they just have like Leveler or something. But yeah, I think we have to go for it this turn. You could argue waiting to go 2 turns, but knowing we have Archon in hand, we could go Archon. Yeah, they drew it. Hopefully it's just Leveler. Karn, okay. So if they get Bridge, kind of annoying. Yeah, they just got so lucky here. Nothing you can do about that. They did get Ensnaring Bridge. So now we need our second Wear Tear, our March. We need to get lucky now too. We'll ping Karn here, and I guess we'll pass. Not looking good. They do get rid of Karn. They cash it in. Hopefully they get Leveler. Sundering Titan. Ugh. Yeah, we just lose. Unfortunate. All right, match 4. We're on the draw. I think we can keep this hand. We have early interaction here. We have Persist and Bitter Reunion, so we can. Oh no, and Belcher. 2 matches in a league is a little sketchy. Another Spell Pierce. I guess everyone's playing this deck now after it did. We will pierce this. It does well 1 time, and now it's all the rage, and we have to fight against this. We don't have Blood Moon. We don't have Leyline of Sanctity. If we were playing the Jund version, we'd be a lot better off. Do we tap out for Bitter Reunion? I think we have to, right? I mean, no, it sucks that we played our fetch land then if we're going to do that. What other white could we have? Yeah, if we knew we were going to probably Bitter Reunion here to try to high roll, we're assuming that they have Lotus in hand, which if they do, that's absurd that our opponents are getting lucky like this. They might not. Let's high roll here. I think we have to. It's a fairy. So F6. Yep, they have it. I guess like we could have held up Spell Pierce for that. I mean, we're not drawing well at all. We just drawn nothing but lands. Maybe they just, I don't know, maybe we'll get used out of this Spell Pierce. Play this tapped. No play. Let us get our white source. I mean, we're not doing anything either, but there's Wrenn. Still does nothing. Uptick. Bloodstained Mire, go get Bloodstained Mire. We're going to just start making dwarves, I guess. They're going to Solindy Vision, end of turn. I don't think I want to Spell Pierce that. But they can take their time because we're obviously not doing anything. There, they drew Recross. If they recross here, we're definitely going to Pierce it. But they're going to cycle a bunch so they don't get got by Pierce. Or they just tap for green and get got by Pierce. It sucks that this version isn't running Boseiju either because, I mean, obviously we can't hit Lotus Field, but we could Boseiju lands leading up to Lotus Field. And that would help a lot. Manamorphose. Okay, we're not piercing that. They're definitely going to recross here, yeah. We'll pierce that. All right, they have the Twiddle to pay for it. Yep, this is the same stock. Okay, they reveal Fable. We'll put that to the bottom. I feel like they're gonna pass. Oh wow, they're still gonna go for it. They must have some cycling or drawing or dream script or something. Yeah, they do cycle. So now we just lose here because they set up their deck so that way they can just cycle infinitely. Yeah. All right, again we have nothing for this matchup. So we'll bring these in. Take out the bolts. Guess bring in change. Fairy does nothing. We will keep this hand. We have this 1 Spell Pierce for interaction. Kept 7. That's scary. Play Jet Mirrors. colors. We will play the fetch land next, play Wrenn. All right, that comes in tap. We have to play Wrenn to advance our board. We can't just hold up Pierce hoping to hit like Abundant Harvest. Play Wrenn, get back Foothills, and just pass. It sucks because in any other matchup, this hand, like these hands would be, and they have the Abundant Harvest. They have the land. Yeah, we're just like not doing anything. What are the chances they win next turn? They don't have blue mana. If they had blue mana, I'd be more concerned. Just get Blood Crypt here. We're going to tap out because we can loot, hopefully loot away. I didn't activate right. We can loot away something and maybe persist it back. Okay, now they have blue mana. Now we probably loot. They have all the cyclers in hand. Maybe they just go like hardcast Belcher and pass. It's probably like best case scenario. All right, we did draw the Archon. Discard Archon, 2 lands. Ugh. So we are going to creativity this and hopefully it doesn't hit another one. But if that was like their play, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's see it. No, they have Pact and we tapped out. They had Pact. All right. I guess we would have had to creativity X equals 1 spell pierce for Pact. Yeah, that matchup's like impossible. All right, final round. Hopefully we don't get this matchup again. This hand. It has Bitter Reunion and Persist. I mean, we're 1 and 3. Let's keep this because we can go turn 2 Bitter Reunion. Maybe draw some good stuff. Very unlucky matchup spread tonight. Put up Mulligan to 6. It does suck that we don't have the Besagers and we face 3 Besager potential matchups. Tron and 2 Belcher. But again, if we were on John, we'd be set with Blood Moons or Leyline of Sanctity. So this could be Hammer, or are they going to do this for white mana? Yeah. Sagrada's Aid. Ugh. All right, so great start for them. Would love a Bolt. Play Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. This will get more fetch lands, but we want, I mean, I guess we'll get black. We're going to be drawing more fetch lands, I'm assuming. Pitch or Persist. Ah, my God. So basically when we want to draw lands, we don't, but then when we don't draw lands. It's a very sad league. All right, let's see if we're dead. I mean, if they play a land, activate Yawgmoth, equip with Sagrada's Aid, we just lose. They drew Plains for turn, I'm assuming. Actually, no. Depending on what their hand was, they're just going to activate Yawgmoth and kill us. If this is a Stoneforge Mystic, we're still pretty dead. Opponent's playing like molasses. We're in the 1-3 bracket, so I'm not expecting much. They could have killed us with Yawgmoth Nexus. We're in the 1-3 bracket. This is where we're at right now. All right, they attack with Ornithopter, down to 7. We don't draw a land, we just lose. The keep was a little loose, but our next 4 draws were nothing, so. All right, so we have changed the equation, Wear Terror, and March. That's a Fairy, Fable. Fable's more of a grindy card, and this is like a quicker matchup. Take out some Wrenn. We definitely want some Veils. Take out one of these, one of these, one of these. And we'll try it like that. We'll bring in Veil, because if they have Orvar, we'll be on the play. See if we can keep a better hand. I mean, the hand has Bolt and Pierce. Fetch land. I feel like we have to keep this hand. It has a lot of interaction. I am going to lead off on the Dwarven Mine. I don't think we need turn 1 Bolt. They mulligan to 6. Yeah, I think we're going to lead off on the Dwarven Mine because we'd have to draw like land in order to make this hand better. All right, they mulligan to 5. We need all the help we can get. All right, play this and pass. You could argue playing a fetch land first to hold up Spell Pierce for Sagrada's Aid. That is a and also a play. Hopefully they don't have that play. They might just have like Esper Sentinel, draw Leyline Binding. We'll just hold this open. Maybe we get a try-in with it. Maybe we Spell Pierce and pay for Sentinel tax. Just need some lands. Then very like uneven land spread tonight. Silent Clearing. I'm trying to think too, if they play Stoneforge, do we counter that? There's Sagrada's Aid. We will counter that. Really hope they don't have like Mana Tithe or something, because we're not going to pay for Esper Sentinel. I mean, we are going to pay for Esper Sentinel. If they have it, then I just don't think we should be trying to give them cards when they mulligan so low. Just really need lands. So they did have the Hammer. It looks like they have Pure Steel in hand as well. They didn't attack. All right, we'll pass. I don't know, guys. You guys tell me how you're feeling about these games. You must be as sad as I am. So we'll most likely. All right, they played Yawgmoth. I'm trying to think if we want to counter. I feel like we have to counter Pure Steel because they could have like Surge, so if we try to bolt it, then we give them a card. Maybe they tap weird, I don't know. There's no way they tap out White Source though. Opponent's down 5 minutes on clock. They activate Yawgmoth, Summoning Sick. Do we just kill it or do we kill Esper? I think we take the damage at the end step. Do we just kill it with land? I think we just kill the 1-3 bracket. We should be winning this so hard. If we do just anything. It's so frustrating. They literally just activated their Summoning Sick Yawgmoth for no reason. Pithing Needle. Sure. They got a name like Bloodstained Mire. Engineered Explosives. They named an artifact against creativity. It's so frustrating. Come on, land. All right, we'll pass. Best case scenario is if we miss on a land again, we get the bin Archon. Pure Steel Paladin. All right, we have to counter that. This is like absurdly frustrating though. Come on, fetch land. Run it. Yeah, I just need a fetch land. Springleaf Drum. Just any untapped source, honestly. No. It's like a cruel joke. Pass back. It's like the worst draw possible, pretty much. I mean, if we draw an Archon, that would have been the worst draw. Just think if we drew lands, we could have won Fable into Creativity, into just like anything. I just kind of want to hold up Leyline Binding. I don't know. All right, they draw Nexus, I guess. Can't imagine what they would even tap out for this Pierce to be relevant. All right, they sack Silent Clearing. Maybe we can get them with the Spell Pierce if they play. All right, they activate the Summoning Stick Nexus again. I don't know why they keep doing that. If they think like it adds to... All right, they hit us for 1. They're down about 7 minutes on clock. Mike DeVo is just, yes, who cares if we don't have white? We're not gonna pay. We have to do something. We're just doing absolutely nothing. We have a blocker for Sentinel. We can start making treasures as long as it lives. I play another land, hoping for no Pure Steel. Springleaf Drum, no attacks. Come on, yeah, another Creativity. We're gonna be discarding a lot. This is gonna find us some lands. Gonna discard Creativity and Archon here. Turn 8, we finally drawn some stuff. No land still. Love to see it. All right, we'll attack with Goblin Shaman here. I don't know what they could have. Do we just pass? Or do we Bitter Reunion, pitching a Veil, Pierce, and let's Bitter Reunion here. I think if we Archon, it does get rid of, I mean, they could activate Yawgmoth. Maybe we get a Persist. We do get a land. Okay. So this can trade. We can get a Dwarf. This can trade with that. We can Pierce something twice. Saga. Okay. We don't care about that. Maybe they attack. We'll gladly trade it. Actually, will we trade for that? I don't know how much we care. 3 mana, 4 mana, Solitude, Hardcast, Solid. Can't do anything about that. And they still technically have 2 mana open. We're not going to trade. We're just gonna, well, we're fine with this. We definitely do want to get a Dwarf token though. Assuming their one last card is not like Mana Tithe or something. Get a Dwarven Mine. And it can't be, even if it's Solitude, they're not gonna be able to. All right, so we can Creativity. We're just gonna Creativity for 1. We're gonna let them draw because they're gonna discard it anyway when we persist. I mean, when we give our Archon haste. All right, triggers. See what they sacrifice. They discard a Plains. So we're gonna give our things haste. I'm gonna copy Archon. Another trigger. Swing for lethal. They discard. We draw another Archon. Finally. This is insane. They named Engineered Explosives. They're like, this is what we're losing to. All right, resubmit. Let's hope it works out better. We have Wear Tears for Sagas. We can March a Saga. Like, we'd love to draw these early. All right, this hand is amazing except for 1 land, so we do have to mulligan this. Nah, we're not going to keep this either. It's tap land, 2 Pierces. If we were on the play, maybe, but the draw, no. All right, we'll keep this. We do have the Wrenn. Bottom this, bottom of land. I'm keeping 3 lands, even though we do have Wrenn, but I think it's fine. We don't need 2 Fables immediately. It's a slow card against a quick matchup, or what should be a quick matchup. It does suck having mulligan to 5, though. Especially if they just, like, go Sigarda's Aid, Needle on EE again. Come on, EE. All right, we draw, change the equation. Not the greatest. We love that their turn 1 play was hitting Needle on EE, though. Play Silent Clearing, hoping for Anemic Stoneforge, not Anemic play. We would love a Bolt. If they, let's go get Cauldron most likely. We're kind of screwed. They get Colossus. So we're assuming that they have, I mean, we're going to hold up counter for Sigarda's Aid. That's actually really good too. Not on this board though, unfortunately. So we'll play land pass. We're assuming that they have, if they went and got Colossus Hammer, they either have Cauldron in hand or they plan on playing more artifacts and they have Pure Steel in hand. That's why this can be a tough matchup. Tell me they have Cauldron already. No, they had it in hand. Yeah, we can't. We need Leyline Binding for this. All right, we'll go get Jet Mirrors, I guess. Opponent is 10 minutes down, which is mind-boggling. Yeah, if we just had like Bolt or something, we're just drawing like absolute garbage. It's very unfortunate. I mean, I guess we play Fable. We just have like so many good draws, but we're not getting there. I'm just gonna get a Mountain because I don't feel like taking more damage than I need to. Get Fable and pass. They have 5 cards in hand too. They skipped their first turn and we're still we have all this. We would love for them to play like a Saga or something, like some actual artifacts so we can get use out of Wear Tear. We would love to draw like a Creativity or something. They shock that in, which is annoying. And they have Hammer. So they get to play the Hammer, put it on here, and then we had to play stuff out. We couldn't just, we were losing on board, so we couldn't just hide behind change the equation. All right, so that was 5-color Creativity in Modern. We have some Persists, we had some Bitter Reunions. That league was just terrible. I don't really have much to say about it. You guys saw the games. The Belcher matchup is near impossible. Our draws were pretty abysmal. We flooded a lot. We got land screwed a lot. It was all, did we make some misplays? Maybe like once or twice, I think, with some missed land drops, or like I'll always take the blame if I make a mistake, but I think those draws were just abysmal, those games. All right, so enough of me complaining. The deck, I think, is great when it's firing pretty well. It doesn't even have to fire on all cylinders. It's just a pretty good deck. Just, it does what it does pretty well. The Persistent Bitter Reunion plan, I still like that. We didn't really get to utilize it much, but we were also dead by turn 3 most of the time, which is unfortunate. I would like to run this back, probably put a Boseiju main. I did miss that. I just think it's such a flexible card. We have Wrenn Six, there's no reason not to. For the sideboard, same, maybe put a Boseiju in instead of like a change the equation. They felt clunky, but we also drew like crap, so it was even made worse. But yeah, hopefully we'll play this again another time. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.